Hey guys, before we go bananas with Kayla Hracho, and Sidney Outlaw, let's thank a couple of our sponsors. First, Warhammer Fightwear. You can check out their gear on Amazon or go to their mother site at warhammerfightwear.com. Some of the best gear in mixed martial arts for men, ladies, and kids. Then, look at Fusion CBD products. I use them on the daily. Go to fusioncbdproducts.com, check out their Instagram page, check out Fusion coffee beans. And guys, if you put in the code 1222, you get 10% off. And right now, we're taking pre-orders for 50% off on CBD products. So check out Fusion CBD products. All right. So make sure you subscribe to the Fight Bananas YouTube page and give Kayla, and Sidney tons of love on Instagram. Judah Kayla, K-Rock MMA, and Sid Outlaw MMA. All right, guys, let's go bananas.
We are live. Fight Bananas, the Unicorn Gang, Sidney Outlaw, Kayla Hracho. How you guys doing?
Great. Can't complain.
I'm doing good.
You doing good, my man? How was you guys sparred today?
Well, I trained today. I did, yes.
You trained?
I had a very good, session. I enjoyed myself. I learned, trying to be better than I was yesterday. That's all that matters. Kayla.
That's right.
Yeah, I actually am gonna train a little bit later today because I fight next week. So relaxing, enjoying this much-needed time to recover and get ready to kill.
It's fight week for you.
It's fight week, baby.
It's fight week. Hell yeah. That was kind of one of let's start there. We can group conversation. I got questions for individual and, of course, group ones. When it's fight week for you guys, is the house a little bit more tense, cutting weight, getting on each other's nerves a little bit, or is it always the same?
I mean, well, Sidney always gets on our nerves, so that never really changes.
You're laughing like you're joking.
He hasn't even cut weight in front of us
yet. He hasn't even cut weight in front of us yet. Well, first of all, he has this, he has the night eats or something.
I don't eat at night, but they want to blame me for everything. I don't eat.
Instead of sleepwalking,
instead of sleepwalking, he sleep eats.
I do not eat at night. Don't do that.
But no, I feel like we're a really good group of friends, and we sort of just bring out the best in each other. So if one of us is tense or if we feel some tension, I like to consider myself the mediator and the gang leader. So I like to sit everybody down and say, hey, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. And I'm the punching bag when they know.
And I just that's true. That's true.
You're happy about that? Hey, we're laughing. Come on, tell us not to do
definitely. Fight week, I feel like, is really good with these two in your life. For me, anyways.
Right.
Keeping things calm and just cool, Giving each other what they need. So.
Yeah, we're really good at picking up the slack where one of us dips a little. It's good.
Okay.
Bobby, be quiet. We're doing an interview.
Kayla, you're fighting this Friday, October 11th, main event. Cindy, you're fighting November 19th?
November 14th.
November 14th.
Yeah.
And Kayla, we know you're fighting soon. We're not allowed to say it just yet, but might have to do with...
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah, it's something to do with an island. We can talk around it, but we can't sing it just yet. But all three of you guys fighting in the next month or so. How you guys ready? How good are you guys feeling? And first of all, how's that? First of all, Kayla, your first Friday night big tournament, Final Four.
Yeah, it's good. Life is good. I mean, I think honestly the hardest part is the waiting. I don't really do camps. I don't really take time off after training. I'll maybe take a week off, and then I have so much to learn, so I'm still a beginner in so many ways. So I don't ever really go out of camp. I'm constantly learning, and I think that makes it a long year sometimes, everyone's like, oh, 8 weeks this or 8 weeks that. But since my last fight, I've been training for this fight. So it feels like forever.
I think that's kind of how we all are. We're all always training. We're basically all always training. We're getting ready for the biggest fight of our lives. And
right.
I think that's
you never know. You never know. A short fight notice.
Yeah.
Anything can happen in the fight game. And Kayla, do you like the concept of the PFL, like the tournament concept? You guys fight, you didn't fight all the way the first half of the year, and now you're going to get 2 or 3 in a row here pretty quick.
This Kayla, me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Are you kidding me? I'm like, I come from a judo background, so I come from a very sport-based, competition-based environment where it's not entertainment. It's simply, if you want to be successful, you win. And that's what the PFL is trying to bring to MMA. They're really trying to change the game. They're trying to make it so it doesn't matter how pretty you are, it doesn't matter how much trash you talk, as long as you show up, you fight, and you win, then you're in control of your destiny. And I think that that's something that every athlete desires,
Right.
At the end of the day, it's about me showing up and doing my job and nothing else.
Yeah, I agree. I like the tournament setting for PFL. I think what they're doing, you're right. I think all that is great. It puts you in charge of your own destiny. That's what every fighter wants.
Absolutely.
It's only them in the cage and the ring and everything like that. You know what I mean? It's up to them. It's up to you guys. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Get some more female weight classes.
Yeah, I'm waiting for PFL to open my weight class.
Yes.
2021 for you, Kayla. 2021.
Put in a good word for it.
Also, Kayla Harrison, if you want, definitely hit on the Fighting Back book, your Fearless Foundation. I'd love to give you time, talk about that. Then we definitely get into Sidney. And then I definitely have a good question for all 3 of you, but definitely I want to give you time to talk about that.
Yeah, so, it's no secret that I was sexually abused by my first judo coach. I told my mom when I was 16, and about a month after I told her, she pressed charges, and I moved to Boston, Massachusetts to continue my Olympic journey and really my journey to healing. And I didn't talk about it for a long time, but once the 2012 Olympics, oh my gosh. Dobby, yeah, just take them outside. They're like, sorry, we have 2. This is Gates. That's Dobby.
We've got 2 fighting dogs.
They're like monsters.
Sponsorship deals.
They're crazy.
So, I started telling my story before the 2012 Olympics, and afterwards, I was just inundated. A lot of athletes get calls for endorsement deals and go to this party and go to that party. And
right.
I was just overwhelmed with, can you come speak to my daughter's school? Or, we are doing this charity event to raise awareness for sexual abuse. Can you come share your story? And I realized that there was a lot of really great organizations and great groups doing in the work, in the mud, doing things at a very local and regional level. But there really was no big foundation for survivors of sexual abuse. There was no place where you could say, okay, I want to donate my time, my money, my effort into ending this. So I created the Fearless Foundation. And the first part of the Fearless Foundation is education. So I remember growing up and going to school and learning how to say no to drugs. And I remember, talking about stranger danger. And I remember, now we have a lot of education on bullying and cyberbullying and things like this, but we don't really have any educational material on what we should do if someone close to you tries to take advantage of you. And we, for a very long time, didn't even have that conversation, right? Like, we didn't want to talk about it. We didn't want to even think it existed. It doesn't happen to me because I'm not Catholic, or it doesn't happen to me because I'm not a Boy Scout, or it doesn't happen to me because, I'm wealthy. But, sexual abuse, child sexual abuse, 1 in 6 boys and 1 in 4 girls will be sexually assaulted by the time they're 18. And those are just the kids that say something. So chances are the numbers are actually a lot higher.
Yeah, it's crazy. That is crazy. It really is. I love how you bring attention to it. It's one of those things not a lot of people want to talk about or bring to light, but it needs to be. Yes. And it's kind of like, I really do respect you with the courage of all that to bring it out to light. So,
Yeah, so that's why we wrote the book Fighting Back, me and 2 psychiatrists from McLean Hospital. It's not really a memoir, but it's also not a textbook. It sort of uses my story as a guideline. I actually kept journals throughout the entire process. So it's my journal entries from, this is what grooming looks like. This is why kids stay silent. This is how you talk to your kids about maybe if there's a relationship that you're questioning in their lives. And so it gives my insight, but it also gives the psychiatrist insight as well, and gives you a lot of tools on how to deal with it, how to prevent it, and how to overcome it.
Wow. Love that very much. Question for all 3 of you. Me and John talk about it all the time. With, baseball, basketball, football, we love all sports, but mixed martial arts to me is the greatest sport in the world because you have a judo background. boxing background, wrestling, kickboxing background, and anyone can bring that to the cage, and that's your, their first tool in the tool shed. Of course, you need to be well-rounded, but it's amazing to me that especially you three guys are all three totally different backgrounds. Does that help you guys intertwine with each other? Does it, Sidney, do you help Kayla, hey, this is wrestle a little bit more? Kayla Hracho's got great hands. Maybe Sidney wants to learn or two about that jab, whatever the case may be. I love how you three have unbelievably great first backgrounds.
I got this, guys. To answer your question, yes, I know it seems kind of crazy because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a guy, so I'm supposed to be Mr. Know-It-All.
No
so,
one.
Yeah, I'm
no
talking. I'm the guy, so they come to me with all the answers, and I'm like, ladies.
Yeah, we come with the
answers.
Exactly.
We come with the answers.
I'm sorry. I'm out. You see, this is what we were talking about.
Go ahead,
One at a
keep
time.
going, please continue.
They come with me with all the questions, and I give them a lot of answers and a lot of wisdom on my behalf.
You can tell he's very wise.
Yes.
Very wise.
But anyway, all joking aside, we actually do help. I know it seems weird because I'm a man. I'm like, I don't need help.
Keep bringing up this. I'm a male.
Because you
don't have to be a male.
Listen. At the end of the day, some people egos can get to them. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna take advice from a girl. You would think, right? You ain't gonna take advice from a girl.
Think, he said.
Well, a lot of people would think that, but honestly, me being humble, they help me out a lot. All joking aside, they got a lot of knowledge. Kayla.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, little Kayla. That's her. She has better hands than me. I can say,
actually, when you've done enough. When I first started training here, I actually boxed with Kayla at least once a week. We worked with Dia Davis together, and just watching her move, watching the way how relaxed she is, even just it's so silly, but shadow boxing, watching how controlled she is, watching how creative she can be and imaginative. I'm like a robot, I'm like 1, 2, 1, 2. But watching that scene, that really helped me grow as a striker. And honestly, the one thing that I hate about fighters is we never stop talking about fighting. we have a conversation about fighting 24/7 in this house. There's always something to talk about in terms of fighting. We're always talking about who's fighting this, or what we think about this opponent, or what we think about this happened in jiu-jitsu, or that happened in jiu-jitsu, or sparring today. Oh, what did you think? Watch my video with me. It never stops.
All the time.
Let Kayla talk.
I don't have anything to say. I will say we do talk about fighting a lot, but we talk about it at a high level. We're picking apart each other's training. We're trying to figure out what each other needs and how we can get better. So it's not always just oh, look at that fight on TV. This guy's kicking that guy's ass. We're talking at a very high level. Yeah. But
and just real quick, and when Kayla Harrison, when you reposted the Q&As on Instagram, we got flooded. So at the end, we got a lot of great questions from the fans. We had awesome. Tons. We had funny ones, but I got 6 really good questions, and one of them's about what you guys talk about other than fighting. But yeah, no, real quick with real Kayla, I guess, right? It's unbelievable. They're talking about you, about your hands. Trying to a little bit behind the curtain right now. So many girls know that. To try to matchmake you right now is a difficult thing. 1-0 as a pro. I know you just got your first win a month and a half ago. We talked about that when we had you on, but your name is out there. Your name is very much out there. A lot of people know about your hands, and it's
tight end right here.
It's gonna be interesting to see the next 6-8 months for you. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait to watch you soon live in person.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready for it. Whatever comes my way, I'm ready.
Yeah, I love that you guys talk about, you said, you talk about fighting at a high level, because to me, like Dave was saying, this is the ultimate sport. You can always learn consistently, always get better at MMA. Football, you can play it, you can get a little bit better, but you're probably going to know most of the game. It's going to only evolve very little bit. Every day you can learn something new about yourself. You can learn a better technique. You can do it better. You can get better. And that's why I love this sport. That's great that you guys do that for each other and work together that way. So that's awesome. I love that.
I mean, I think MMA is so unique as well because it's constantly evolving, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. It's still a baby of a sport. You figure 25 years the UFC's been going, and before that you had it was maybe in Brazil doing some Vale Tudo and stuff like that. So it's just a baby of a sport. So, I mean, it's awesome.
And more so, we're a little bit behind the men, but we're actually, I feel like, evolving at an exponential rate. Like,
I debate all the time, and, she's in your gym all the time, and Amanda Nunes, to me, you can debate or argue she is the best fighter alive today. Man, female, anything in between. I just think what she's doing, two-weight class champ, how she's going through people. We talked about this, Kayla. Amanda Nunes, just an absolute stud. Sidney, do you remember Island Fights 51? You submitted Zach Fears in the first round, and you came back to our table, and you the first thing you said, I want Habib. Remember that?
Here we go.
Yeah.
I just thought it was so funny. It was like, this was even before Habib and Conor and all that, and Habib was still undefeated, going through the ranks, and that was the first thing you said. And I just want to kind of get your take on Habib. I know you were really close to Dustin in his camp. How did that fight look? What did you think happened in that fight? Could have changed? What's your take on Habib Nurmagomedov?
I mean, Khabib is the man. He is the best. Yeah. In my opinion, one of the best fighters out there. And me, of course, as I was growing up, I wanted to be the best. And Khabib was that guy, right? I came from a PA background. Obviously, we all know PA is really good at wrestling, so we adapted to wrestling. Whatever Khabib did, I wanted to do 10 times more. And I just felt, particularly, I feel like me as a competitor, me being as a fighter as well, I feel like me and Khabib are two different animals. He was a past, but he's still in the present. He's still in the ranking. His time is going to come. But I don't want to be that disrespectful guy to say anything bad about him. He did for the sport and how he's doing it, fighting with honor. We don't got to trash talk. I don't have to go get my Instagram like up. He's actually doing great things for the people.
Yeah.
He actually laid a great platform from like guys like myself to go off of grappling, ground and pound. And great. I have nothing bad to say about the guy. I don't even know the guy, or I don't want to say I idolize him. He's a great role model. But if we got in a fight, it would be a different story. Do I deserve that opportunity? No, simply because I'm not in the UFC. I'm trying to get into the UFC. Do I feel like I am a better fighter, not only from the background? 100%. Why I can say that? He did great in Sambo. I beaten a Sambo world champion. Sambo where I beaten. And I'm just a little guy from the streets of Philadelphia, dusty, dirty. Me, I did that. I didn't have help. I didn't have daddy. I didn't have none of that. By myself, off YouTube videos. By the grace of God, I had my coach Rich Slaughter, Enzo Gracie, black belt. Whether I liked it or not, he's like, run. When people say, "Oh, you need rest days," he's like, "Don't hang around no more. Go back on the treadmill." You're early. He's like, if you're early, go on the treadmill. If you're late, go on the treadmill before you hop in the class. You know what I mean?
Right.
Built it in me. So now when I'm here in Florida and I got all these accessories, all these great legendary coaches like Mike Brown, Tiago, who up here training with Tiago like that, Anderson, list goes on. I'm contaminated with greatness. So my mind, that's what these people here are my friends, She's really great with the mindset. And like
Paco, King Mo, Den Thomas, like the ATT coaching staff is.
I don't have the excuse. I don't have an excuse, but we're going back. Now I have it. Now I finally have what Khabib was born with. You know what I mean? So if you take it, so basically, if you take that away, I'm still gonna be Sidney Outlaw. Now, since you gave me more, I'm still going. I want to see who I'm going to be in the future now. Now, since I have everything could be that. Now, the people I fought. Again, you kill. Like I fought killers my whole career.
8-5 win streak.
How many killers did Khabib fight? How many? I'm curious.
27-0. Oh no, 28-0. 28-0.
But how many of those are killers?
4.
I mean, in my head is like I'm like in the UFC.
Yo, be careful.
Oh, yes. All right, I got what you said. But you feel all right, 2. No. 2. He fought 2 of them, and I understand all of them is great. I'm not trying to be arrogant. me being that guy that just want the opportunity. I guess some of it is like it's a humbling experience, but like I said, I'm I'm a guy that eventually want to fight. So I might not fight him, but at least want to fight some of his teammates. And I want to be honorable with it. I don't want to be arrogant. I just want to see who I am.
I know what my next.
It sounds like Sid is saying he has a lot of respect for Khabib, but Sid is the future.
That's what I want.
This is going to be my next tutorial, is to teach Sidney how to do an interview and answer a question promptly.
Well, he's just excited. Yeah, he's excited. You're on fight.
Exactly. That's what they like. Like you're in this girl.
It is what it is.
You gotta follow Sid Outlaw.
Woo! There we go.
Fights November 14th. Roger Horta, co-main event, Bellator, big show. K-Rock, back to you. I saw on Instagram 4 or 5 days ago, 3 years ago, you got to American Top Team Coconut Creek, and you kind of talked about that journey a little bit. So definitely tell the Fight Bananas community, 3 years, American Top Team, and now it's incredible where you're at 3 years. And imagine another 3 years from now, it's just going to be whatever you want. Kayla's world.
Gosh, yeah, we talk about that quite often. It's pretty amazing to think about, my journey in the last 3 years. I came to American Top Team with just a few years of boxing experience. My very first time wrestling was in Steve Mako's pro class, among some of the best fighters in the world. So it's been difficult, but I survived, and now I'm continuing to survive and thrive. I'm starting to really make my mark and prove that I belong on the team, and I'm just happy to continue growing and getting better and better and better.
As much as it pains me to say this, Sidney, will you please tell them what you said about Kayla being the zoo animal? Can you do that in a short, succinct?
Yeah, Sid and I actually just talked about this last night.
Can you please? Yeah, but keep it simple, stupid. Just give it
a 2 minute.
Yeah, how we explain.
You act like I was explaining. It was a minute.
Sydney's my favorite. I love Sidney.
Can you do it, or you want me to do it?
You do it.
Wow, that's messed up.
Okay.
That's messed up.
Sydney.
I got it.
Here we go.
All right, guys.
Kayla's the unicorn leader. Sydney's the unicorn bouncer of the group.
I wish he felt the passion when I was young. Anyway, Kayla been in this for 3 years, not even counting, all right? It's in the counting of 3 years. It hasn't been a lot, because I'm trying to talk to him and they can hear me. The mic is around this.
I love this so
top.
Anyway, you gotta stop yelling at me in front of my friends. That's what you need to do. Anyway, Kayla been in it for 3 years, which is very, very impressive. And the way she came up is almost like how I kind of saw myself,
Okay.
But I've been in it for a long time, you know what I mean? So with that said, she been Amanda, not Amanda, but a J-Check, fucking freaking training partner, bro. She's been through it. Her. You gotta listen.
Oh my god. Okay, so what he said was.
Okay.
It's unbelievable.
This is daily, just so you know.
Daily.
Because listen, I was
so what he said was, listen, Kayla. Listen, Kayla. You are.
I didn't interrupt.
He was listen, you're like an animal, okay? You're like an animal, all right? And you were in a zoo. And when you put an animal in a zoo, it forgets how to eat. It forgets how to hunt. It forgets all these things. But you forced yourself to go out. You left that zoo. You went to Africa and fought. You went to ATT and fought monsters every day. You totally became undomesticated. And now they're taking you back to the zoo. That's how all these girls are. They're just fresh meat. They're taking you back to the zoo and they're saying, listen, it's time to eat.
I said this.
Why can't you just say it like
because
that?
Because you pressure.
That makes perfect sense.
Basically, I was forced to learn how to survive in the wild. I was thrown into the fire and had to learn how to survive the burns, being at ATT, going to Africa, fighting almost 2 weight classes above mine. And I think they were really, really good challenges for me. Luckily, they didn't break me. I learned a lot from them. And now, now that I'm pro, I can start fighting girls that are my size, my, same competition level. And I'm just ready to hunt now. It's gonna be I got that experience in the wild, and now I'm ready to hunt in the zoo.
Kayla, you'll be hunting pretty soon. Maybe on a show on UFC Fight Pass in around 8 weeks. Well, we can't say it exactly, but very soon. It will be signed up for sure. Instagram, K-Rock MMA, definitely follow. Judah, Kayla, and then Sid Outlaw MMA. Make sure to give them all a follow. Really fun. Somehow they're always doing something together. Man, if you guys have anything else, we got these Q&As. They're good. They should open up a little bit.
Let's do it. I'm a little nervous.
Rapid fire. Let's do it.
Okay. Run away with the first one.
Okay. What? This is from Jacob in is that Jackson, Missouri?
Mississippi.
Jackson, Mississippi. Says, what do you guys think of the BMF title and fight
prediction?
And the fight prediction for that.
I'll answer this. Okay. I like it. No. We all like it. I like it a lot. I think it's amazing. All right. Why? Because it's like it gives a title for different styles. Simple as that. People that want, you know what I mean? Like if you want to see some real fighting, it's skill for the sport, and there's actually people like not barroom, like listen, I'm trying to hurt you. I'm not trying to win. I'm trying to hurt you type of like fighters. Am I correct?
It's a mindset. They don't give a crap. It's a mindset.
Exactly. That's it.
Stop
and people need to be recognized for that. If you want it, people need to be recognized for that. That's it. BMF title is perfect.
And that fight, like
I love it. I want to fight for that belt match.
Masvidal versus Diaz. That's just the most.
Well, we all obviously believe Masvidal is gonna.
We're not being biased. He will because look at his track record. He fought in tougher guys. Again, he beaten tougher guys. Again, not only because he's a general of this shit. Now, again, he's more skilled. Masvidal is the man. If anybody don't like it, unfollow me. They don't want none.
Sidney, if you watch this show, I'm 110% on board with you. I'm like Masvidal versus the world. He is the greatest fighter of all time. I defend Masvidal for his. You know that, Sidney.
My guy.
Did you see the picture of Dave? He shows this to everybody. And next to Masvidal.
We got to get one together.
Hey,
so excited.
You and Sidney should.
I can
You
take.
guys should have like a little
take my
fan club, like
screenshot my face on it.
And you can be
right.
Masvidal.
We'll definitely get it.
You guys are awesome.
You know, I'll be back down there in Coconut Creek soon. Okay, another question. We got Damien from Miami. He goes, if you had to add any fighter to your fight camp at AT&T, who would it be?
Ooh, good question.
That's a good question. I love that one.
Shoot, that's really hard. I mean, I can't complain. I got the best training partners in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
That's kind of tough to say.
And I always thought, too, maybe Kayla, you don't want Sarah Kaufman in your camp. Like, let's just be real. You guys will probably meet up in a month or two from now for that $1 million prize. You know what I mean? Like, there's some people you kind of want to stay away because that's who you're going to fight soon. You know what I mean?
I mean, honestly, it's like it's judo. So in judo, you don't have a season, right? You fight all year round. You have the South American tour, the Asian tour, the World Championships, the Olympic Games, the Pan Am Games, this, that. Like, you fight once a month pretty much. And every time you fight, you literally get off the competition mat. The next day, you have a training camp with all of the people that you just fought. Like, a month before the Olympics, I was in France training with the girl that I fought in the finals of the Olympics. So, for me, I understand MMA is different. It's like a very different world. Obviously, game plans, matchups, styles, all of that plays a huge, huge part in being successful. But for me, like, I'll train with anyone. I don't care.
And you mentioned it, and Sidney, I definitely want your answer on that. Just real quick, Kayla Harrison, like, how amazing. Like, I don't want to be that person, but 2-time gold medalist? Like, really? Like,
why would you ask Sidney this?
And you know what?
That's incredible.
It's a humbling thing you said about the gold medal because guess what? Because I'm out.
No, you're in.
Yes, I am.
Sidney, you're in, buddy. You're in.
You sure?
Can you see your face on there?
Anyway, guess who she keeps the gold medal?
In the refrigerator.
You know what? You're close. And a pair of 2 dirty socks.
They're not dirty.
It is awesome.
They're not dirty.
And you know what? And you know how humbling that is to say, yo, you're freaking a two-time And you know how it looks. She's beautiful. She just puts it in her little go and just call it. And you know what?
It's in a drawer. It's like literally in 2 socks in a junk drawer.
And it was the socks was so dirty, I had to go buy her a new pair of socks. She just doesn't care. She's a beast, a savage. She just collects it. We talk about
she collects gold medals.
Yeah, who does that? But let's just be honest. We call a lot of people names. She collects medals and you don't see them hanging up. She don't care. It's like she's going for the next one. That's some gangster. That's really weird move. Give me some knuckle, girl.
It keeps her hungry.
Yeah.
American sweetheart. American apple pie right here.
Apple pie.
Yes.
You want to do the next one? We got the next one for you guys.
So this is a question that I think is actually probably one that I get a lot when new people come into the gym. So this is kind of fun. From Stephanie in Nashville, Tennessee. Is it hard to train with the opposite sex?
Yes. Yes.
I don't think so. I mean, it all depends on who you're working with.
I'm gonna tell you.
There's good partners and there's bad partners. You know, there's some guys that I work with that are some of my best partners.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's some girls I work with that are awful partners. You know, but it's true. It's just true. You know. So.
What's her name?
Can't
what's her Instagram handle?
Why?
Is that funny? All right, I'm done on this.
Go ahead, Sidney. I know you're dying to just go ahead. Say
what
you need to say.
2 reasons. You don't want to be known as that guy that get beat up by a girl. So that's one. And that's
okay. Ask Sidney if I've thrown him in practice.
She never did.
She throws her.
I let her.
Look me in the eye.
100%. You think I'm gonna tell
Why
them?
Why you gonna lie?
We're on TV now.
We're on
TV now. All right.
And this is live to the world, Sidney. This is forever.
Do you think I'm gonna let her throw me? No, I'm not gonna.
Sid won't train with her in the gym.
He didn't let me throw him, but I threw him.
And Kayla, remember, like it was around 4 months ago. It was a Saturday sparring session when I went there, and we actually took a picture. You probably don't even remember me. That's fine.
I remember
it was so funny. All the coaches. They were just like 7 coaches were like, Kayla Harrison's a monster. Like, you were just throwing men, females, you're just throwing them up, throwing them down, pancakes in the morning, just slamming them around. And everyone's like, no one can do anything to her. Like, they just cannot touch her.
That's definitely not true. I mean, it's not true. But you know what's really scary? They're saying this now. And I had my first MMA fight in June of last year. So
it's amazing.
Hold on, world.
I love that. I love that. All right. This is the question from Mike from New York. This is for all 3 of you. What is each of your dream fight? And then 2 more after that.
Obviously, Sidney wants to fight Khabib.
No, I want to fight. I want to be the best I'm playing. I don't know if he's gonna be there for long. I don't know. Maybe he might go help.
That's all of our goals, really. I mean, that's the answers to the question.
Like, we want to win a world title.
We want to be
the world title. Don't matter who.
Yeah. I mean,
it doesn't matter who it's against. You know,
at all.
The person doesn't matter. We're chasing championships.
We're chasing greatness.
We're chasing Olympic gold medals. Like
you're collecting medals and just putting them away to get for the next one.
Gold.
Another female question. I love when the girls ask the questions. I love it.
Yes. So this is Brandy from Tallahassee. Says, if you guys were not professional fighters, what would you be?
Well,
why are you?
I don't know. It's kind of funny because these two, like, they've been training their whole lives almost, right? Like, when did you start training, Sid? You were in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Kayla's been training since she was 4?
6?
6? Oh, 6.
Big difference. That's a big difference.
Like, I started
Mickey Mouse
training
Jr.
martial
is 4
arts
and 6 are around like little Einsteins. Big difference.
Right? I started training martial arts when I was almost 24, 23
I
years
think
old.
that's what makes her so amazing to me as well. Like, she literally lived that civilian domesticated life. Like, she went to school, she had other things that she thought she wanted to do, and she fell onto this thing, and she was just like wildly crazy passionate about it. And you know what? Like, that's a very scary thing to say at how old?
I think I started boxing. I was 23.
At 23 years old, you walk away from your family, you walk away from what you know, you walk away from what you've invested most of your time into, and you say, I'm going to pursue this crazy ass sport and see how I can do. Like, that is so badass.
Yeah.
Never mind these men with this BMF. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
you ever seen Fight Club?
Savage.
I never seen it, actually.
Yeah, it's about a guy with a regular Joe Smoke, like, and then he started to fight.
But I think that's why this question's a little easier.
A guy with two.
Fight Club is about a guy that did her job.
Kayla wants to talk.
I was just going to say that this question's a little easier for me to answer because I feel like I actually lived like a normal adult life before coming to fighting. You know, I had a degree in psychology. I had a dream of becoming a psychologist. And then I kind of stumbled upon a boxing gym and everything changed. So I would say if I wasn't fighting, I would hopefully have graduated with my master's and on my way to be a psychologist. Which is still a goal of mine, but we'll see. You know, my goal right now is to be.
It's so ingrained into me and in who I am as a person that I don't even. It doesn't even compute in my brain. Like, if you didn't fight, what would you do?
Yeah, I have being a teacher is just not.
I would be the best in the world at whatever it is I was doing, though. I tell you that much.
About that.
I love that. That's a great answer. All right, this is the last one from the fans, and then if you guys have anything else, any funny stories, anything, you guys can take it away. Devin from Ohio, this is what I was talking about.
Ohio.
What is your favorite activity to do outside of MMA? Kayla Hracho, don't I answer that one like you did our last podcast?
Oh, yeah.
What did you say?
That we all eat together and train together and sleep together or something like that? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
We honestly don't do very much. Like, we all train so much. We train all year round.
All year round.
So when we're not training, we're pretty much eating or resting.
We've gotten into, like, a groove, though. Like, we like to go, like, we go to church on Sundays, and we go to the beach, and we
on the boat
cook together. We they went to the flea market last week. I feel like there's a
we're pretty basic.
I mean, yeah, everyone thinks that it's so glamorous, but God, we're so boring. It's just that's the truth. The reason that reason that we're so close and tight knit is because we're so bored. Like this is our entertainment right here.
Yeah.
This is it. This is our whole world right here. This and ATT. Like, that's it.
And another thing is, like, there's three of us, and one of us, like, we're all always getting ready for a fight. So,
literally,
you know, we're not, like, big partiers. We don't like to be out and about in the mix. So
we have, like, game nights. We have all the coaches over for cookouts.
You're four.
We're like old people, basically.
Johnny just fought last night.
Who know how to fight.
Yeah. This is how you know they're going to be great, because they're racking their brain to figure out what they do besides what they do. They're literally trying to figure out, what do we do besides MMA?
What do we do for fun?
5-0 undefeated, 8-fight win streak, 1-0. They literally do not lose fights. They're like, what else do we do? We just don't know how to lose.
All we do is win.
All we do is win.
That's what I'm talking about. That's awesome.
Sid, put it on us.
Sid, put it on us.
Put it on us. This is what we do for fun.
We definitely want to see it.
Yeah,
we definitely want to see it.
Yeah, flip it, Sidney.
Guys,
flip it.
You don't want it.
The unicorn game.
I like the shirt, though, Sidney.
My God, that's what we need to talk about, this shirt.
Oh, ask Sidney about his fashion. We have unicorn onesies, but Sidney refused to wear it.
Where are you going?
Okay, we're going to do it good. Are they watching us?
We are. They're
Sidney,
great job, buddy.
All right, wait. Let me mute this real quick. You guys ready?
Do you want me to do 2 or 3?
Fight presents
Okay,
Kayla
ready?
Hracho.
Wait, Tom, wait. Wait, guys, I want to let you know that I am forced to watch it. They're actually pretty good. They make me watch it.
Please,
all right?
be quiet.
All right, you guys ready? Go.
That's awesome.
We nailed that!
That was dope. That was dope.
Yeah, standing ovation.
Bravo.
Okay,
Man.
anyway.
So now I have to ask the question. Did you guys get that from Big, the movie Big with Tom Hanks?
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But why do I? Yeah, I know
They do
what
that
you're talking
song. Two people do the song
about.
on the.
Yeah, when they do it on the. We should get one for the house.
Yes,
With
exactly.
the
That was my. I
piano.
was gonna say you guys need to do
Oh
it.
my God, that's a great
That sounds pretty
idea.
cool, whatever that is.
Okay, after this fight.
You know what I'm saying?
But
They
this is
call
what
him
we
the
do.
professor.
Like, that keyboard is literally from, like, a random board trip to Target.
Target.
We're like, what stupid
I
shit can we
I
buy?
try to make them go on
let's buy
scavenger
this
hunts in
keyboard.
Target. We bought a Sega.
This is awesome.
That's what we do for fun.
My game closet has literally every game that's ever been invented. We love to play games. Sydney's never beat me in Uno ever once.
We don't like to play games with Kayla.
436
My
in
gaming
Uno.
has gone down quite a bit since we've become friends. It's like a little tragic.
She's
for
very
me.
intense. Like, I do not plan to lose our friendship over Uno.
Do you guys play
No,
Trivial
it's
Pursuit?
happened. It's happened.
Ah.
Oh my gosh! If Target does not
Honestly,
give
our
Kayla
favorite
Harrison
pastime is
sponsorship,
like
that's
giving
crazy.
Sydney a hard time.
Yeah, we like picking on
We
Sid.
like picking on Sid a little, but we bring out the best in him.
Yeah.
He's so lucky to have
That's
us.
when you know you really love the guy. That's when you know
for
you really
sure.
got a good friendship.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
We-
Sydney, I got a question for you. Sydney,
Yep.
I got a question for you, brother. Who's your
No.
favorite DBZ
Right.
character?
What do you say, boss?
Who's your favorite DBZ character? Okay, all right.
Sydney,
We're having guy talk.
who's your
right now.
Sydney, who's your favorite girl fighter?
Anyway, I'm gonna
Who's your
explain.
favorite girl fighter? There's
When
been
did you start watching that show?
I'm missing it. What you said?
When did you start watching that show? I remember
This
the
is-
moment
this is what
that
they do.
I started watching.
And now I gotta get the spray bottle because they play around too much. Anyway, I like Goku.
Yeah.
This is what we do. Look at this.
Kayla Jane!
Look at this.
Why isn't
Go
anyone
on.
getting to the bottom of this? You guys are supposed to be investigative reporters. Ask the question.
What do you want? You're on TV right now. What do you want?
I don't know, Sydney, do you have anything you need to say?
I will say I'm not used to having a best friend who can kick my ass. She's scary.
She's
That's
so
the best thing
strong.
to have. All three of you
All
guys,
right. Is this
thank you so much. We appreciate all your time, like always. Sydney, been on the show multiple times. Always appreciate you, my man. Kayla, thank you so much. Kayla Harrison, nice to talk to you for the first time. Appreciate
Yes! Thank you so much. This has been the weirdest interview I've ever done.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing.
It's great. Are you kidding me?
Friday, October 11th, November 14th, maybe November 9th. Who knows? We'll throw it out there. We're so excited. We can't wait. Continued success, and we appreciate your time. Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome. I'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right, brothers. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Bye. I want to be the last.
Wow, guys, what a great conversation we had. The Professor John Rafford and I, Dave Van Auken, Kayla Harrison, PFL megastar. Kayla Hracho, I'm telling you, on the rise, big things 2020, 2021, and Bellator's new signee, Sidney Outlaw. Huge fights at the end of the year for all of them. We're so happy. The Unicorn Gang, all in effect. Hey, they even played the keyboard for us. Love it. Big fans. We're going to see them again. We're going down there to Coconut Creek, Florida. We cannot wait. Guys, make sure you subscribe to the Fight Bananas YouTube page. God bless. Have a great day.